Whenever I do this course, and I've done it for the last 30 years at San Francisco State, I always tell the students about John Cage and 4 minutes and 33 seconds. You just listen to all the sounds as if they were music. You'll have the sounds of real life. You'll have crows cawing and cars going by. Mysticism, which is one of the preoccupations of the course, mysticism is the opposite of the exotic. It's about being able to find spirituality in your ordinary surroundings. Now, what I wanted to do today was read the beginning of the syllabus because it's so important. Let's go through it. Go through it together. Happiness is a function of expectations, and you have to know what to expect in order to be happy later. Okay? Good. Let me make sure that this is, I'm going to check, this is just home movie quality, where we're not trying to do anything fancy. Let me make sure that I'm getting picked up here. Yeah, good enough. Good enough. So, welcome to the course. But you don't have to take this difficult, ambitious course. The first thing you're going to do is reply by email that you read the syllabus and you accept it. Then you add a biography to that, telling me about yourself. This syllabus defines our course objectives, learning activities, requirements, grading policies. Read it because it's our educational contract. To be admitted to the course, you got to send me a reply by email using, down on the bottom of the screen here, you can use the iLearn email, or you can send it by regular email to gl@georgeleonard.com. But you've got to say that you read the syllabus, you know what you're getting into, and you've decided to take the course anyway. No attachments, write it as text. I've had too many viruses from students. Now let me see if I've got the tea yet. I think I do. Alrighty, and we're continuing. My dog may join us too. Extra credit if you like dogs, and if you waste a lot of your time on Pinterest finding cute pictures of dogs. So, yes. Oh, also, if you've decided this course isn't for you, tell me that and drop as quickly as you can, because we have so many people on the waiting list. Let's help one of your fellow students get in. Thank you. Now, in the same email, I'd like you to tell me a little about yourself. Not what I did last summer, but anything that would make me a better professor for you as an individual. Okay? Include the basics. Tell me what your major is, and if you're still interested in it. Tell me what year you're in. Have you ever taken a course like this before? Did you have a course with me before? Welcome back. Tell me what it was. Are you a legacy? That is, did somebody recommend this course? Who are they and how are they doing these days? Last term I taught the daughter of one of my first students from the 1980s. That was very pleasant. And that student teaches here now, is a professor in my department. So I've been here a long time. I've been doing this course for 30 years come this fall. It's like 60 semesters, right? And after a while, I've managed to make it home in on what you guys seem to need and what you want. But that's what we're trying to find out with this preliminary bio thing. Just one thing, don't tell me all about your sex life, okay? There's always one guy, the most important thing in my life, Professor, is, and he goes on for like 9 pages about what a devil he is with the late, I have to read this, bleh. It's disgusting. It's one of the reasons I stopped teaching creative writing, believe me. There's always a guy like that handing in. So don't tell me about that. Keep it to yourself. And don't confess any crimes, at least none that you committed on campus. I don't have the privilege of confidentiality anymore. You can talk to a counselor about that. The counseling service does not have to turn you in. Let's see. After you've glanced over the course objectives, which we're going to do in a minute or two, and this isn't going to go on forever either, tell me which of the religions or religious traditions you're most curious about and which you're not. I never finish the final drafts of these things until I have read the biographies. I can aim the course at you more than you would expect. I know how to do it. So, and also a lot of people take this course because they have spiritual goals, growth goals. I would say that a lot of people take this course because San Francisco isn't just a city you move to. San Francisco is a city that people run away to. And a lot of people, when they ran away to San Francisco, a lot of them had in the back of their minds, one of these days, take some kind of course, really find out what Zen is. What were they talking about in Fight Club? Really get into it with somebody who's worked with the masters and understand. And they had this course in the back of their mind. So here, welcome. Good to meet you. The course is restricted to juniors and seniors as a result, not because it's so incredibly hard, but because there is a lack of comforting structure. And freshmen and sophomores just over the years couldn't handle the way it moved around. So juniors and seniors on the first day of class. Just what the computer tells me to do. If you haven't been able to get in, I'm sorry, I don't have the legal or physical ability to fight with the university computer. It's first come, first served, and that's in order to be fair, too. This is the first time. Now, if you want to know how to really do this course, do it face-to-face. Come and teach it a semester when I'm teaching you face-to-face, when I'm there with you. I can do all sorts of things. I can inspire in different ways than I can when you're just another person on the other side of the camera. Face-to-face is the way to go. But why am I doing this? This is why. About 2 years ago, I had a student faint in this course, in the night course, in Humanities 582. It was very hot, the 5th floor of that building. And we called the police, and they revived her. And then I discovered that she had a commute to get back home that was nearly an hour and a half from San Francisco State out to Antioch. My niece lives in Antioch, so I know how far away it is. And she was doing that enormous commute. Why? Because nobody can afford to live near school anymore unless they're in the dorms. And that's bad. Also, I was remembering when there's always, in my tradition, the tradition of the funny Jewish professor, which is very similar to the Zen koan, you teach through stories. But I remembered that when my wife was pregnant with, I'll share this with you, with our little boy, she took an early primitive form of online course where they just had a TV show that you watched once a week. And the TV show showed some old psychology tapes which had been made back in the 70s. Everybody was dressed like that 70s show, you know, with the huge collars and the sideburns and everything. And I despised the thing. But it was so dated. Psychology had learned a lot since the 70s. But she was able, even though she was so pregnant, to finish the course, get credit for it, and then to go on to finish her degree. And I started thinking about the people out there who maybe can't afford child care, which has become so expensive, to go to school, or who are lying in bed pregnant like my wife was, and who are trying to stay in there. And even though this isn't as good as if you came to see me face to face, I wanted to try to help you stay in the game. Okay, that's the reason why. But also, listen, you guys are real students. You're really my students, and I care about you. Even if it's coming through a camera like this. I have an office hour. It'll be, I believe it's going to be Mondays from 2 to 3, in Humanities 5:30. It'll be announced. You're welcome to come and see me then. You can get in touch with me by phone, too. All the numbers are posted in here. You carry a phone 24 hours a day, don't you? You can get in touch and call the office. I do return phone calls. And don't start thinking of yourself as second-class citizens because it's an online course. I'd be delighted to meet you. Okay, back to this now. Course expectations. Let me see, wait. Just my glasses. All the classes are fully online. We never meet in person, face to face. They are what's called asynchronous, which means we're not all online together at the same time each week. Except for the quiz deadlines, listen carefully now, you can decide when you want to do the classwork. You have to take the short multiple course quizzes by their deadlines, however. When you discover a quiz in a section, open it up right away and notice the deadline. Some air conditioning just switched on. Hold on a minute. I'm going to switch it off because I want you to be able to hear this clearly.